Alright, welcome back to another episode of the monorail base or jumping trains base, I'm not yet sure. Um, and yeah, things have progressed quite a bit. This is the more or less finished starter base. It's nothing very nice, it's just, well, I just built away basically. You can see things got a little messy, and yeah, it's like something like half a science per second, a bit more, limited by the yellow science, so like 30 science per minute, something like that, which is totally enough to get the resource that I wanted, the research that I wanted. Um, there's already Covarex refinement going on. It's spitting out quite a bit of uranium, and yeah, I've started building the train grid. Haven't filled it with anything yet, and yeah, trying to at some point go for something like a diamond grid thing, overall diamond structure, um, maybe with like rounded edges. I'm not sure, but I don't just want to build a square thing because they always look so boring. What's missing here? Steel chests. Yeah, and I've started thinking about how to get resources in. I'm gonna use longer trains on the outside to get ores here, or do smelting on site and just deliver plates to the factory itself. I'm not really sure yet. I think I'll probably do that because it cuts down on the amount of train traffic that you need inside the base drastically if you have the smelting outside. Because, well, ores only have a stack size of 50, so for every plate train you need two ore trains, and yeah, you just lose a lot of trains if you do smelting outside, so I might resort to that. And I think then I'm just going to basically use half of a cell on the outside here and have in stations here. Yeah, I haven't really talked about the trains that I'm gonna use for. Well, it's gonna be a weird base, so it's gonna be weird trains. I need some extra acceleration, so I'm gonna use 2-3 trains, which I've never done before. I doubt many people use 2-3 trains because it's a really dumb thing to do normally. But the maximum size I could fit on this system here, because the maximum, well, you're limited by the maximum jump length of 100 tiles, and with all the other stuff that's going on, the absolute maximum I could fit on it was 1-4 trains, but they were too slow, so I instead, there we go, went for 2-3 trains, which is gonna be very it's gonna be very weird because I usually do everything in powers of 2 normally. Like I do build something with 2 lanes or 4 lanes or 8 lanes or something like that. But yeah, it's gonna be a bit odd, but I think that should be fine. Give me some trains. Yeah, I have bots and all the logistics stuff by now and all those good things. I haven't tested the train grid on this map, and I'm really hoping I didn't forget anything. What's blinking here? Roboports. Why? Should have roboports here. Yeah, I have. Yeah, should maybe talk about that. I want to build this pretty huge from using the resources from this starter base, and the further I go up, the more bots are gonna try to fly over here. And to prevent that, I built a little logistics bridge here. So yeah, these bots, or like they're uncoupled, these bots are gonna deliver things to here. Let me go there for a second. And then on the other side, the bots are gonna use the materials to actually build stuff. But seems like I'm already running out of roboports. We can't really be running out of radars though. Oh, except maybe I never built radars actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that, I guess. Which one's ordering roboports here? This guy. This might have just filled up with other things? No. No, seems like there's no roboports available. That sucks. Okay, let's check them all real quick. Yeah, I mean there's very small amounts of green circuits coming in. This wasn't really thought through, but I might just slap on another one, and I could even extend this, but I didn't really leave enough room here. And this is the messiest base I've built in a very, very long time. But I had tons of fun, to be honest. Yeah, this is looking like a good location here. I think I can double it. Let me check. Should be able to just double this. Well, that's gonna be enough. Too much. So I need to 1.5 it. I know that's not a word, but still sounds nice. What's in the way here? Okay. Okay, so that can be built. Yeah, did I show this? I think there's Covarex going on. All of these are self-recycling uranium. And then, well, they're basically full on the inside, and everything that overflows to this belt and to this belt. And they get combined here and go all the way to here. And the only thing I'm doing with all this uranium is nuclear fuel. Because I'm gonna need to rely on nuclear fuel, because I've tested the system with nuclear fuel, and I would have to change the timing and retest everything if I used like rocket fuel or even coal or something. That's why I kind of rushed uranium only for nuclear fuel. Now that I have it, I'm thinking about building power plants as well. I'll have to see. But I mean, would be pretty easy now, I guess, that I already have all this nice uranium lying around. Even these belts are actually filling up, and I'm making 1 nuclear fuel every 4 seconds. So I'm making more than 1 uranium every 4 seconds. That should be enough for a decent amount of nuclear power for the beginning. But I think first thing I'm gonna do is build a few more of these cells and try to kind of establish a general grid here, and then start feeding in resources, mostly from the left, I guess, because for left and bottom probably, because I'm gonna keep expanding to the top right for now, I think. And this gives me a few sides to start using for resources. And then I'm gonna build smelting in here and all that stuff. Well, actually, before that, I've been thinking about going somewhere else here and just making a completely isolated, dedicated module build, because every time I've built these things, like a small starter base and then some kind of train grid, the bottleneck is always modules, and I feel like just making, I don't know, something like 2 Mark III modules per second, each of speed and productivity, and then I won't have to worry about it. But that would mean basically building a massive outpost base just for modules. Alternatively, I could try to already build it in here, but this is gonna be hard, and I don't even have the modules to set up something like beacon smelting for now, which would mean that I would need coal for all my smelting or build massive amounts of smelters, but I don't really want that. Yeah, there's still a few things to figure out. I think I'll jump forward a little bit and think about these things, and then cut back in when I'm making some progress. Okay, I decided the first thing has to be the module build. There's not really a way around it, I think, otherwise I can't start megabasing. And yeah, it turns out 2 modules per second is impossible, to say the least. I'm opting for 0.1 blue and orange modules, so speed and prod modules per second, Mark III of course. And that's still gonna be without having modules, that's the thing. It's gonna be 13.4 red belts of copper ore and 7.3 red belts of iron ore. And I'm thinking, let me see, these 3 copper patches here and these 2 iron patches here should be perfect. And there's oil nearby, and if I'm not mistaken, that's all I should need. And there's some nice room here, so I think I'm just gonna throw this together real quick. Shouldn't take too long, and maybe cut in every now and then. Yeah, of course the first thing I forgot was water, but yeah, worst case I can get it from up here, or I can explore a little more and see if there's more water here, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue, I think. Okay, for some reason I started with oil, I think because I believed I wouldn't need coal, which is of course wrong because you need plastic. But yeah, I thought I could power my furnaces with solid fuel, so I built oil first and built a massive water line that's high throughput to the lake up here, or from the lake rather. And yeah, I think I'll start connecting these resource patches. Which coal? Yeah, I think this one. And these 3 copper patches, and this iron patch, and maybe this one, but I don't think I'm gonna need it because I can use at least half of this. Yeah, I'll start connecting the patches and build a massive smelting array here, and then circuitry stuff and plastic and all of that. Yeah, should just take another, well, I don't want to jinx it, 2 hours maybe. I'll see. Yeah, I'll cut in again if or when I've made some significant progress. But yeah, this is not that interesting, I guess, or I'm not sure really. You can tell me if you think otherwise, but this is mostly just slapping down standard stuff and yeah, getting to all the modules, and yeah, that's that. Okay, this is maybe a bit more of an undertaking than I thought or hoped, but I've connected 2 copper patches and the coal patch down here, and this is enough for 14 belts of copper, which is what I need. And yeah, I'm starting to build smelting, but I'm taking the lazy way and eating pizza on the side and just blueprinting stuff. So yeah, this is gonna take a little bit longer than I expected, but I'm getting there, I would say. This is 12. Yeah, the game doesn't like running with a large blueprint in hand at all. You can see the UPS goes down to like 24 or something, which is only due to the blueprint, so far at least. So this should be 14. Let's see, why is it 42 belts? Huh? 28, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, of course. 28, so that's 14 smelting rows, each for 1 red belt. And yeah, this should be fine. I'm gonna skip forward a little more and connect this and then build the iron part of it, and then I think then I can start making actual stuff out of this. Oh yeah, and plastic I'm gonna need, of course. Okay, I became a bit smarter and used roboports instead of my own robots, so I can do things on the side, like connect all of this. Belts are not gonna be enough. Yeah, I've already done like 5 supply runs, filled up my car and my inventory with stuff, but yeah, I've already wasted, or not wasted, spent probably like 10,000 belts or something. So yeah, it's gonna take a little while. But luckily I can just edit all of this out, or skip forward rather, and come back when there's more to show. And then I recorded some more things, and then my computer crashed, and while Factorio does autosaves, well, my recording software just gave me a corrupted file. So unfortunately I don't really have any progress updates from when I was building this, but I'm just gonna go through it. I think the last thing I had already built was the copper smelting here. And well, I've added 4 belts of plastic. Yeah, lots of green circuits. The iron smelting is up here. I've only connected one of these iron patches. This one was already connected. And I'm making 8 belts of green circuits, or slightly less than 8 belts because I'm underfeeding it here with copper, but it's enough overall. And then I'm having 3 rows of red circuits, which are consuming, I think, 3 belts of 3 belts of green circuits, plastic and copper each. And they get turned into blue circuits here, which don't have sulfuric acid for some reason. That's interesting. I might be making too little of that. Let me see. Should be enough. I mean, one of each is more than enough for this, so I think it's just still catching up. I don't know. It hasn't been running for a long time. And yeah, I'm making modules. I noticed I don't think I've ever built a build like this with mid-game tech, like with blue inserters, blue assemblers and red belts. I mean, it works, but I guess I could have made my life a little bit easier if I'd made Mark III assemblers and blue belts. But I like the way this looks. I didn't really plan this out, but things fit really nicely into each other. And yeah, I enjoyed that. And I should have like 6 per minute of Mark III modules, speed and productivity. And I'm collecting them here. This is probably a little ambitious to fill this, but yeah, I'm just gonna let this run for now and just make hopefully all the modules that I need. I mean, this whole thing is just going into modules, so I'm hoping that this should keep me fed for a while. And yeah, I think now, well, I'm gonna have to figure something out to get these modules to here. I'm not sure. I might just build a belt actually. And then, yeah, and I've expanded this a little bit more, and you can see the general shape I'm gonna go for. Yeah, I think the next thing will be to actually connect resources here. I think I'm gonna use the first modules that this makes to make on-site smelting, so I don't have to transport ores by train, but rather just have smelters next to the ore patches and then shipping in plates. That's gonna make life a lot easier. Might have to expand power for this. I already made a big power plant expansion here, in addition to the 2 power plants that I have here. But I think I might have to extend this if I start using modules and beacons. Yeah, I mean, I'm only at half draw now, but the moment I start building beacon setups, this is gonna explode. So I think I'm just gonna be sure and build some more coal power or build some nuclear power. I'm not sure. I mean, this is filled up, so I'm making way too much good uranium. Yeah, I might actually build a nuclear power plant. It's quite convenient with the water here. This should be enough room to make a few gigawatts to keep me going for now. I think I'll do that. And then I'll do the smelting part. Okay, 2 little side notes. One, I realized I didn't want to build nuclear power because I was too lazy to actually build the materials, but this took like 10 seconds to implement this here. Basically I had all the materials I needed right in this spot. And the other thing I noticed was I was actually not making enough sulfuric acid here. Yeah, I was making too little sulfur, so I just wasted 3 speed modules on this, and turns out this is exactly the perfect ratio by accident. So now I'm making almost 1.5 or more than 1.5 times as much sulfuric acid as I needed, and now all of these should be running because I was lacking blue circuits here. I didn't bother balancing this. This is why it's stuck here and it's only dribbling in here, but well, this should change once it's actually filled up to here. Same thing's happening here, so yeah, this should be self-balancing. Not gonna worry about this. 17 each, 32 each. Yeah, this side was getting a lot more blue circuits. This is why these assemblers already made double the amount of modules that these did. But yeah, things should start running now. Okay, yeah, I'm, as I said, first of all gonna plan out the power plants. Just gonna take what I have and let this produce and go and plan. Alright, this is what it's gonna look like, at least part of it. Yeah, it's my kind of standard design. 4 reactors, 48 heat exchangers, and then slightly more than necessary for 88 instead of 83, I think, steam turbines here. Yeah, just battle tested, works well. I guess I could route in the water through here now that I think about it. But yeah, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna need 4 lines of water. I'm just gonna leave room in here to feed this one, and then I can just paste the next one up here. Something like this, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna connect the first one first and finish building it maybe. And then I'll tile on one more, and each of those make 480 megawatts. So I think if I make 2 of them for now, this should be plenty. And yeah, then I'll see. Then I really want to start using or building the actual base and using the train grid and stuff. But yeah, there are some necessary things that need to be done, because otherwise I'm just gonna run out of power within 2 hours, and then it's gonna be more annoying than taking the precautions and doing it now. So yeah, I'll just finish building this for another few minutes, and then I can finally start, well, doing beacon smelting, which is still not really the stuff I want to do, but yeah, it's getting closer at least. Alright, so water's connected, and I wiggled a belt through here to actually feed the thing. And I realized I'm not even making power, what's it called? Fuel rods? No, is it called fuel rods? Fuel cells. Yet, but yeah, that shouldn't really be an issue. Got everything right here. Even stretched out the iron belt from the main base here. Oops. I'm just hoping it's gonna use very little iron, so it shouldn't be an issue. Even right now the main base is mainly idle, but even if it kicks back in, this shouldn't really be a problem, I think. Let me think. Yeah, this is gonna be rushed, but it's not a complicated thing, so yeah, should be fine. Let's get this here. Get rid of all of this. Maybe an output belt would be nice as well. Maybe like that. I'm assuming this should be more than enough. Yeah, 1.5 per second. This is gonna feed a lot of nuclear reactors. without any issues. Where do I need to go? Up first, maybe. Oops. I don't want to rip down this forest right now, because my personal bots are still few and slow, and I've been too lazy to upgrade them or to like get a better roboport and stuff. Could even build the Mark II power armor, but I haven't really been bothered yet. I'm faster than my bots. Both running and building. Okay, let me think. This needs to go on the inside here. So like this. And then this needs to filter out. Man, this is... I would probably build this less messy if I didn't do it live, but... well, what's the harm? This is hopefully gonna make sense in a little bit here. Input priority right. And this is gonna filter the used fuel cells, which are gonna be recycled at some point, I guess. Yeah, I can maybe prepare this right now. Okay, so, and this is going to be very easily expandable. So now power should more or less be solved. I do want to integrate this into the actual base at some point. Actually, all of the things that I've built so far are going to be just decommissioned and deconstructed at some point. But yeah, it's just worth having a functioning infrastructure to before, oops. Yeah. As I said, otherwise you're gonna run out of stuff all the time, and that's a lot more annoying than just taking the time to build things. I don't have centrifuges. Where's my car? Dude, where's my car? The car doesn't have centrifuges, okay. I'm not far away. I've gotten really used to doing lots of supply runs, unfortunately. And yeah, I've already researched the Spidertron. I think this is going to be another small thing that I'm going to do before anything else. Oops. Because yeah, that's just going to make it a lot easier to do automatic supply runs, just sending the Spidertron home to be restocked. No, not forgetting my car. And yeah, it's going to give me a thing to build outposts. It's going to give me a thing that can safely run around in my train base. So yeah, that's going to be more than worth it. Alright, so this is going to recycle fuel cells, and I think that's all the power infrastructure. That's, whoops, god damn it. Still horrible at driving after years of Factorio experience. That's probably something that's never gonna change. Yeah, I'm just gonna check real quick. Why is this? Okay, there's already something wrong here. And I'm already... Ah, that's a good idea, driving into the reactor. Ah, okay, just missing this thing here. This coming out... Well, it's on the right side of the belt anyway. Okay, so now it's filling up and this is just rotating around. It's not really necessary, but I kind of like rotating builds, or builds with resources rotating around. Doing the same thing with the dark uranium here for the Kovarex. Yeah, it's just my personal taste, I guess. Okay, so this is booting up. It's gonna take a few minutes until it reaches the necessary temperature, of course, but I don't really see what shouldn't work here. Assuming all of this is connected, all the heat pipes, yeah, this should be fine. Okay, yeah, I think combined, well, I recorded over 2 days, so I'm not really sure, but I should be at half an hour now, so I think I'll cut this out here for now. And next time I'm actually going to start building the actual base. I'm gonna probably build the first smelting outposts now and start using trains and stuff. But yeah, once I start using the train grid, I'm gonna, well, maybe before that, but I'm not gonna start using the train grid without recording another episode because I want to, yeah, get the process of firing it up and messing it up recorded. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and maybe leave a comment if you didn't or if you did, and maybe see you next time.